Hi, I'm Peter Joles, a sales engineer at Artificial Solutions, and this is the beginning of a series of videos that's going to cover the Leopard chat UI, for which I created over the last couple of years for our sales department. And it's a very applicable chat UI for a variety of different use cases and can be used in production as well. So the intention of this series is really to guide you through its capabilities, its components, how to download and install it, and tweak it if you need to. Okay, so briefly, just to show what the chat UI looks like. It's obviously a very configurable, themable chat widget UI that can be embedded on any final website. It is backed by Teneo, which is a conversational platform for creating intelligent human-like conversations. And if you really wanted to kind of create an account and get started and hook up this front end to a back end that does the whole NLP and NLU, well, then you can head over to teneo.ai. You can sign up for a 90-day account. It's free, and you can follow some of the tutorials in here to get you started from learning how to create your first flow through to creating integrations and some of the more advanced conversational aspects that you might expect. Obviously, Teneo.ai is part of Artificial Solutions, and so if you want to read more about the company and how we tackle conversational AI for the enterprise, well, come through here and have a good read. So the chat UI itself, obviously this is just a default web interface for testing purposes, but it's the first thing you'll see when you first download it and install it. And obviously there's way too many buttons than you would expect in a production sense. But as the kind of the greeting says over here, this is really just an example that allows me to test, through iterations of the tool, that the components are still working, and allows me to tweak them if I need be. Okay, but obviously in a production sense, when you hook it up to a real conversational solution, which we'll show through the series, it'll be far more palatable when you first open it. But speaking to that, I mean the UI is highly configurable, so you can come in here, you can define multiple solutions if need be in a testing scenario. There's abilities to back up your configuration. You can go through and edit any existing solution that you might have already in there, so you can change the name, you can point it at a different endpoint, you can toggle certain things, like maybe you don't want it to be floating, you want it to be hooked to the right hand side of the page. Maybe you don't want the pulse showing on the button, etc. Maybe you want to control the icons and change it to this icon and this pirate over here. It allows you to configure a variety of text-to-speech engines, etc. I'm South African originally, so if we went down to English South Africa, it might understand my voice better from a speech recognition point of view. And we can use the web speech API, but if you configure it correctly, you can also use AWS Poly Voices, and maybe we want this particular virtual agent to have a male voice. So yes, highly configurable, and these go into a variety of different aspects, everything from the animations to the theming colors, down to the size of the text shown back, etc. can be controlled there. Now, I did create this originally with Vue.js and Vuetify for the UI component library. The code is open source and available on GitHub. So you can head over to Leopard Chat UI -Teneo, and yes, it's really well documented. It should guide you through the whole process, but the whole idea around the actual series is to guide you through this, but if you wanted to see the documentation itself, it's also available on Gitbook and link from the GitHub page itself. Okay.